Hey guys, it's Amzeee here, and today we are going to be playing Ghostopia episode 2. Now, before we get started, don't forget to join my Roblox group and follow my Twitch. Both of those will be linked in the description down below, as well as all of my other social links as well. Now, in last episode, we managed to find Bob, and he now haunts our mansion. So we left off where we were about to find Blair's gravestone. So that's the first thing that we're going to do now. And as you can see, that's my quest in the top corner, and we've got a little arrow showing us roughly where her gravestone is, and it also shows on the mini-map as well. So let's just follow this arrow round, and here is the gravestone. So now we need to read the gravestone and inspect the flower. So let's click on this. A rose sits upon the grave with a note that says, "From Flick. Discover a new ghost." Here we go, new ghost discovered, Blair the Victorian socialite. And from that we got 45 plasma, and we also got 20 plasma as well. Oh, we got 20 plasma for that, and then 45 I think for levelling up. So now we need to find Flick the fire elemental. And whilst we are heading over that way, let's click on our book and go to Ghost Gallery. And as you can see here, we now have a little bit more information about Blair. So let's head up these stairs this way and over to the left slightly, and over this bridge we will find Flick the fire elemental. So let's click here. Hi, I'm Flick, the ancient spirit of fire. I'm here to light the way and set Ghostopia aflame with the embers of inspiration, I mean. Do you know a ghost named Blair? Ah, Blazing Blair. She's the most fiery of them all. When she's not at a party, she's usually at home staring out of a rose-tinted window, reminiscing to some old tunes. Rose-tinted window? Maybe that's what I need to summon her. Good news, I have the perfect recipe for one, but before I give it to you, I've been seriously flaming for a snack. Can you conjure me some fire brew? No rush, I'll be here. Okay, goodbye. So, what we need to do is we need to gather flowers for dragon's blood, and we need to gather dust of binding from any plants. So I guess we just maybe like explore around the map to find these things. So I've just gathered a flower there. If we head into our little bag, we've got a dragon's blood flower here. So I guess it depends what flower you pick up. So these ones I've been picking up are nightshade flowers. Oh, we just gathered a few more of the dragon's blood flower. So they're literally right around here where Flick is. So now we need to conjure up fire brew. So let's go into our book and go to conjuring, and then click on the fire element. So here is the fire brew. Spicy, can be conjured or bought from shops. So we need 2 dragon's blood and 1 dust of binding. So let's click conjure as we have all of those ingredients, and we need to trace the rune for this. I think you just have to make sure it's like in between the lines. Oopsie, I'm definitely not going to get a masterful one, but that is okay. There we go. Oh no, we did get masterful. Perfect. I don't know if that's the best one or not, but anyways, we have a fire brew. Now let's talk to Flick again, and let's click I have the fire brew. Oh, I'm so fired up. Thank you, human. As promised, here is the window recipe scroll. Oh, and a hot tip, go talk to Zee the zombie if you need more info on Blair. They knew her too. Okay, goodbye. So from that we were rewarded the rose tinted window and 25 plasma. So let's click claim, and if we head into our bag we have the recipe for the rose tinted window. If we click on that and click use, we then have that, and let's head into our book and conjuring, and here in the fire section we have the rose tinted window. So we need dream quartz, cursed elm and a fire brew. So if we go back to the fire brew menu here, we need dust of binding. So as we don't have that, let's quickly head over to rightful and find Zee at the register. So I presume this time we're maybe going to buy this, so it's showing us the shop. That's what I'm getting from this. So let's stand on this bit here and enter through the door. So here we go, we are in rightful, so now we need to speak to Zee over by the desk, and let's click talk. Hey, you look like you're new in town. Need something? Flick sent me about Blair. Ah, Blair. She goes to so many parties, it's hard to track her down. But hey, I might have something that can help. But first, would you mind doing me a solid and conjuring up an extra armchair? My supplier fell through. Goodbye. Okay, we know how to do that because we did that in last episode. So let's click on our book and conjuring. Then we want to go to the neutral element and click on the armchair. And we need black willow wood and cursed elm wood, but we also need a spectral essence. So we need a dust of binding for this, and we can find it by gathering. So I presume we can possibly buy this as well if we enter the shop. No, so we can't buy that one, so I'm going to head back out now and see if we can gather it up. So I just gathered up a flower and it has given me dust of binding, so we can now head over to the shop and sell the armchair. Right, I've just headed inside Fright Kia, and if I click on the book and then conjuring and then click on the armchair, I can now make a spectral essence and then make that. So let's trace this. There we go, so we've made a spectral essence. Now let's close that off, head into our book and create the armchair. There we go, so now let's talk to Z and let's click I'd like to sell something. And if we head into our inventory, we can click on the armchair and click sell. So from that, we were rewarded a vicious vanity and 25 plasma. So now we need to ask Z about the armchair. How's that armchair? Right on, you can call yourself a Fright Kia supplier now. That recipe I gave you should help summon Blair. But if you really want to know more about her, you should speak to Lenra the vampire. They're pretty tight. Goodbye. Okay, let's head into our bag. And as you can see, we got the vicious vanity there. So I'm just going to quickly learn all these recipes now. And if we head into our book, we should be able to see them all in each of the different sections. So now let's find Lenra the vampire. So we've got the little arrows pointing us in the right direction as usual. So I'll be back when I've found her. Here we go. So let's talk to Lenra over here. Hi there, nice to meet you. You're a vampire? Yeah, and it totally sucks. Just kidding, it's fantastic. Okay, I'll just shut up now. What's new with you? I hear you're friends with Blair. Oh, duh, she comes to all my shows. Did you know she's from the 1800s? One time she made me figure out how to get her a gramophone into Ghostopia, of all things. I tried to tell her we can just stream music now, but she likes that retro glam. Gramophone? Maybe that's what I need. Oh, sure, I can teach you how to make one, but will you do something for me too? I need a second opinion on the Conjuring Circle in the Mystic Forest as a potential concert venue. Can you go check it out and tell me what you think? Goodbye. Okay, let's head to the Conjuring Circle. And I'm just gathering flowers on the way, as usual. Here we go, so we've made it to the circle. This does look like a decent place for a concert. Maybe, if only it weren't in the middle of a forest. I should head back to Lenora. Okay, so now we've got to run all the way back. Okay, so let's talk to her now. Hey, what's going on? I scoped out the Conjuring Circle. Amazing, what did you think? It's awesome, definitely do a show there. Got it, thanks for the input. I value your human opinion. Here's the recipe scroll I have for a gramophone. Good luck summoning Blair. Goodbye. Okay, so we now have the recipe and 25 plasma. And now we need to make a rose-tinted window, a vicious vanity, and Edison's phonograph placed in our mansion. So let's quickly get out our book and head to conjuring. So first of all, we need this. So let's make a fire brew, and we need to trace the rune. There we go, that is the fire brew made. Now let's head to make the rose-tinted window. So that's the first thing on the list. So now we've made the rose-tinted window, the next thing we need is a vicious vanity. And for that one we need the spectral essence. And if we head back to our book, we can now make the vicious vanity. And then finally we need to learn this recipe here. Then if we head back to the book and then into neutral, we need to make the phonograph. So let's make one more spectral essence. And then finally we need to make it. There we go. Now let's head back to my house. Here we are, let's head inside and let's place these things. So they should all be in my bag. So we have the rose tinted window and I've just placed that by the stairs here. We can always move it afterwards. Then I think I might head upstairs and, oh, we get to choose the room's shape. So I'm going to choose this big room. Choose your room icon / name. I'm going to choose the little heart eyes one and call it bedroom. Oh, actually we got all of these as well. I'm just going to give it that pixely one. And let's build this room for 100 plasma. So let's click enter. And here is the bedroom. So now I'm going to place the vanity just here. And I'm just going to move this and spin it round. There we go, I want it in the corner of the room here. So then finally we need to place the phonograph. And I'm actually just going to quickly move this window up here. I feel like it would look a little bit nicer just at the top of the hallway there. Now let's head downstairs and I think I want to place this in like the kind of living room area. So I'm just going to place it in this corner here. So let's claim that. So now we have the new quest of summoning Blair. Just going to place that in the corner, close my bag and then head to the ghost gallery. And now we have Blair. So let's click summon ghost and here is Blair. Let's talk to her. What? Oh, who are you? Where am I? I haven't heard the sound of a gramophone in ages. I summoned you. Oh, of course, it was about time. I've been yearning for a new mansion to haunt. The ethereal plane can get pretty dull, you know. Let's say, how did you die? Oh, it's a long story. I had a terrible bore of a sister named Claire. She made it her life's mission to outshine me at every possible moment, so naturally I poisoned her chalice at supper one night. Sounds like that didn't go so well. If you must know, it just so happens that it slipped my mind exactly which chalice was poisoned and I ended up taking a sip of the wrong one. It wasn't my fault the chalices were so bloody identical. Such cruel irony. Indeed, but I must say I have enjoyed existing in a distant dimension where Claire isn't around to step on my proverbial toes. Tell me, is there anyone else around? I've been feeling rather lonely and could use a gathering of some sorts. Well, you could talk to Bob. Oh, Bob, that silly spectre. I don't think I can float through yet another conversation about his paranormal findings. I'll die again of boredom. I trust you're planning on inviting some more interest beings to join us here. Goodbye, and we were awarded 25 plasma, and we have now leveled up to level 5, and from that we got 70 plasma, and it looks like we've got a recipe scroll for fire and a warm sofa. So if we head into conjuring and then fire, we now have this always warm sofa. So that is it for this video. We have now finally summoned Blair. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more episodes on Ghostopia. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!